Gonna be a great year, starting right now, baby. Right now.
Only in the NBA. What a way to start out your new career. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. Man, can you feel the excitement in the air? What an exciting game. Opening night in the NBA. State Farm presents the starting lineups. First for the Celtics, Rajon Rondo and Avery Bradley out there in the backcourt. And patrolling the paint, one of the fiercest defenders in NBA history and former MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, the big ticket, Kevin Garnett. Then it's Pierce, and it's Bass in at the 4 spot. And then for the Miami Heat, Mario Chalmers and Dwayne Wade, the tandem in the backcourt. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. Then it's Shane Battier, and it's LeBron in at the 4 spot.
Well, I think the time has passed when the Heat were kind of the villains of the NBA. It seemed like that role maybe went over to Dwight Howard a year ago with all of his individual issues. But, LeBron and Bosh, Wade, they're never going to be, the lovable underdog. But I think things have settled down there, and people have at least accepted them for who they are now.
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Chalmers passed away. Orton comes in off the bench for his first playing time in an official NBA game.
And I like what he brings to the table, guys. He might not have all the ability in the world, but he does have a chance to help this team and contribute as a role player on a regular basis.
I don't think there's any question about it, Steve. There's a place for him in this league, just as you said. I mean, he's not going to be a superstar, but he can fill specific needs for a lot of teams.
Time certainly tends to heal a lot, and there definitely has been less villainization, as you were talking about, Steve, to coin a term, for the Miami Heat since they, Clark signed the big 3. I think people now look at it in more basketball terms than anything else.
Yeah, I like the creativity of that word, Kevin, but you know what? Time is one thing, but I'll tell you something else. They should send a fruit basket to Dwight Howard for helping take some of the scrutiny off of them. There are always going to be villains in the NBA, but they come and go, and the Heat seem to have served their time, at least in my opinion.
Cole dishes to LeBron. Over Wilcox. The 17-footer goes down. And that's 10 points for LeBron.
He's as close to impossible to defend as anybody, I think. I mean, he can just torch the defense in so many ways.
Rondo, good.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Heat out front, leading by 4. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena.
Basketball season is in full swing, so come out and enjoy live NBA action with your Celtics. Star attraction, Mr. Clutch, always worth the cost of admission, and with multi-game packages, it's never been more affordable. So come out and welcome our sensational new rookie.
And welcome back as we get rolling again here. A fresh NBA season tipping off here. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
The defense was really impressive there, guys, in that first quarter. They came out focused right from the beginning.
And, Steve, that's a big part of why they're on top right now.
Orton with it. He's guarded by Battier. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I'll tell you, it had been some time coming, but really last year the dominant core that the Celtics had been built around started to show their age at times.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the night.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
The Heat making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. And a change for the Celtics. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Keon Doolin. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Guys, the Miami Heat in their present incarnation have lacked that dominant shot-blocking big man in the middle, but they still have been one of the league's elite defensive teams. Last season, they tweaked their defensive philosophy to try to force more turnovers and enable them to get out and run. As Eric Spoelstra said, we wanted to play more to our athleticism and our activity. And LeBron added, Coach just wants us to be disruptive. We're just trying to use our instincts to create more turnovers, because we know if we create more turnovers, then it's off to the races. Kevin?
Doris, turnover. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Lewis, Pierce covering. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, if you had to guess who the highest paid player in the NBA was, you might guess Kobe Bryant, but you probably couldn't figure out who's number 2. That's Rashard Lewis. Got that big contract while putting up some big numbers in Seattle years ago. Orlando gave him that large deal, but hasn't quite been able to live up to it.
And for Rashard Lewis making top dollar. But you know, Clark, his production has been steadily diminishing over the last 5 years.
Yeah, and it's hard to figure out exactly why that is the case. He's always been a perimeter player, so you know he's not been physical. He's not really been hurt much. He did have an injury or two. Maybe confidence has eroded some, but he hasn't quite been as productive as he was during his time in Seattle these last 4 or 5 years.
On defense, the Heat trailing by 2. Shot by Terry, no good.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
He kicks it to Jones. 3-pointer. And it's Bradley with the rebound. The Celtics have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Dishes to Orton. Drops in the short one.
You know, the defense has to prevent the ball from getting down into that area if they're going to be successful, guys.
The Heat trail by 4. Haslam a screen. Wade against Bradley. The fadeaway. Jones from outside. Gets it to go. Jones has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, the thing I think people admire about him is that he's able to drop the 3 ball seemingly effortlessly. It's almost like second nature to him.
Yeah, it's natural. It's certainly not something he thinks about. I love the stroke on his shot from long range, and you certainly know something about that from his fingertips to nylon. Smooth sail. Well, that's a quality look there. The defense a bit late.
And 2 straight now from long range, putting up points in a hurry, Clark.
Orton kicks to Green. Sinks that one from the post. Green's got his second bucket tonight.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Haslam the pass to Cole. Leads him in there. Haslam can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Bradley dishes to Orton. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Some changes for Boston. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Heat lead by 1. 35. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to the halftime report with a close contest going on out at American Airlines Arena. We've seen the Heat slugging it out. A young NBA season. They're looking to climb over 500 with a win here. Their offense has been really something to watch. High efficiency. They're putting the buckets together.
And back to the action again. Everyone excited to be playing for a fresh new year.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. He has 14 points and several assists. Not missing much. In fact, hitting just about everything he's taken.
Can he keep this up? Wow.
The Heat trail by 3. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, after almost a decade in the NBA, in his third trip to the NBA Finals, LeBron James finally broke through to win his first ring. His first thoughts after the final buzzer? About time. But beyond relief, the 2012 title was redemption for LeBron as well. After a disappointing finals performance in 2011 that had left him humbled and motivated to do better, he said, "I'm doing whatever it takes to become a better basketball player. Every day trying to critique my game. Our team becomes better if I continue to get better, and that's what it's about." Guys, he's not done yet.
That's right, Doris. Thanks.
Well, as talented as LeBron is, it's still a matter of how hard he's worked. And he's put that hard work to use. The talent is unquestionable, but the work has put him over the top. That's why he's been able to finally get over the hump and win a ring. And LeBron last year, I thought, had the best season of his career. Shot 53%, by far a career high. And I think it started with him really making a commitment to go inside and to avoid those bailout three-point shots.
Wade against Terry. Back to Allen. Fires the 3. Can't get it to go. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Clock management. This is where, Steve, they can get a 2-for-1.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. As long as the first one's a good one, and now you play D, you get the ball back, one more shot.
Fires it up. And it's Orton missing.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And Chalmers kicks to LeBron. Just 5 to shoot. That's blocked. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. And so it's Miami winning this one. You know, Clark, they couldn't put him away in regulation, but after a superb performance in overtime, they managed to get the job done.
Yeah, just an amazing game, but they pulled away at the end.
That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.
Coming off the bench, were you hoping for more minutes, or was this still a successful beginning to your career?
It was a good start. You know, I'm grateful to have any role at all in helping this team win games. I'm happy to come off the bench right now if that's what Coach thinks is best. I have a lot of respect for the veteran players here, so for now, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and learn as much as I can. One day I hope I can become a leader on this team, but now's not the time for that. Otherwise, I'm just excited to get further into the season and see what this team can do.